Adversary transparency is a very interesting principle that really increases your authority. The goal here is that when you're honest about things that are against you, when you volunteer that information, you don't seem less trustworthy, you actually seem more. It's paradoxical, but it works very, very well. Let's take a look at it.
Adverse transparency is the act of being open about information that is against you. This creates much more authority, trust, and likability. The rationale here is that you're volunteering unhelpful information that you didn't have to, and that shows trustworthiness. There are usually three major ways to do this: being transparent about other possible options, being transparent about minor flaws or problems that you have, and being transparent about the opportunity cost. Being open about other options simply means making the client or target aware of the other options that they have, even when they're better than yours. One of the best examples of this is the travel comparison engines. When you're going to buy from a website and they show you prices on other websites, even when they're cheaper, many people stick to the original site because they associate trustworthiness and honesty with it. You don't necessarily have to be open about other options, but at least being open about other options the target may have makes you much more trustworthy. Being open about minor flaws reinforces authority and objectivity. You're saying that you're 99% good, not 100% good. That you do this major thing in a great way, but you also have this small flaw here and there. This is incredibly powerful as it humanizes you and takes away that plastic, invincible idea that the other person could have, making you more accessible while still equally competent. One important warning: just make sure to admit minor flaws, not major ones, otherwise you're shooting yourself in the foot. The third option is to be transparent about the opportunity cost. This seems similar to the first one, where you're enumerating the other options that the person has. But here, you're just saying in general that the person could be doing something else with their time and money. You're making an allusion to what they're going to lose by deciding to go with you. This reinforces your objective, trusted advisor stance. One particular technique for this, used by successful coaches like Rich Litvin, is challenging the yes. This is when the person has already given you a yes and they're ready to buy or accept your ask. You tell them, you know what, don't reply now. Take some time, think this through, make sure that you really want it, and if you still do, then come back and I'll still be here. I don't want you to rush into this. Some do's and don'ts when using adversary transparency are: do project an air of confidence. You want to seem the type of person that can get this done. You're admitting minor flaws and other small issues because you're honest, but you don't let them detract from your actual confidence. Don'ts: don't go overboard with this. Some people admit small mistakes, but some start spouting more and more flaws and mistakes and end up losing belief in themselves, being too humble and just losing the opportunity. Don't overdo it.
So as we just saw, adversary transparency is a great principle to use to boost your trustworthiness and authority. By being honest about either the other options that the person has, the small flaws and problems that you have, or the opportunity cost of going with you, you are going to seem more trustworthy and also more of a trusted advisor, an objective third party, and the person is going to reward you by being more influenceable and trusting you more.